Hi, I'm Jennifer Janet with Coldwell Banker Professional Associates. Today is Quick Tip Tuesday. Buyers don't rush sellers. Today we're going to talk about response deadlines. How long should you give a seller to respond to your offer on their property? Buyers, I get it. You found the house that you want an answer right away, and you want to beat out the competition. Just don't lose sight, though, of real life situations and the buyer's actual availability to respond to your offer. I've received offers sometimes that have a 2 or 3 hour deadline. And when I call those sellers to relay the information, they seem really anxious then. Sometimes they're angry or upset that they aren't given more time to think about the offer or respond. And I just want to point out and remind everyone that sometimes sellers are, they are human, so sometimes they have jobs or careers that don't allow phone calls, and they're not easily accessible. Sometimes they're only allowed to talk on breaks or their lunch. And so it makes it a little difficult sometimes to reach a seller. I've had a seller that worked in an area that had no cell phone service. They couldn't take their breaks to go get service and drive somewhere because they couldn't get back in that 15-minute window, let alone even have a conversation with me about an offer. So I try to be very open in my communication to let the buyer's agents know what my seller's situation was. That way everyone was on the same page and buyers weren't alarmed when a seller couldn't respond quickly. So having communication with the listing agent is super important, I feel like, just to be sure that you are aware of anything that might prohibit a seller from responding rather quickly. And logically speaking, I know that you want the house. I mean, you've made an offer on it and you're excited and you want to shorten that window of time so that less offers can be competing with yours. Sellers get it too. They know the market is very competitive, and they also want to take into consideration if the house is on the market and today there are 5 showings and you're number 1, they're probably going to want to see what happens with those other 4 showings. They are, after all, giving consideration and selling one of their largest assets. So by rushing them, sometimes you get off onto a little bit of a rocky start in negotiations, or that might turn a seller off completely and they may not want to even negotiate or consider your offer. Legally, we as realtors have to present every offer to the seller, but it's the seller's choice whether they want to respond or not. So I always recommend that trying to be a little generous sometimes works out in your favor. One of my instructors told me years ago that being generous with the response time really allows the seller to sit back and breathe, and they notice that and they appreciate that in offers. So if your offer is really as good as you think it is, the seller will still choose it. So just be mindful of that. I know it's a fine line to walk between you and securing that home. You want to be respectful to the seller and give them plenty of time to respond. But you, on the other hand, are trying to secure a home in a highly competitive market. So navigating through these times are tough. I do not discount that whatsoever. I can guide you and help you determine your strategy. So if you want to call, text, email, or message me, I am happy to help you in your home buying journey and increase the chances of you getting that dream home. As always, when you think real estate, think Coldwell Banker Professional Associates.